Hi, in this video I'm going to share with you 3 tips for reducing your number of Amazon returns. I have 3 different products that I am returning to Amazon today. First is these Finish Quantum dishwasher pods. Second are these ratchet straps. And third are these butter blue baby and kids pants, basically, for my baby. And I just realized that between all 3 of these, there's a few different takeaways that might be valuable for you as well to learn from. The first one is to watch out with the subscribe and saves. I have this one on, I think, a 6-month cycle. So I get a new package of these every 6 months. I have since switched over to these dishwasher detergent tablets. And the reason I use these now is that, as you can see, they don't have any plastics. So even though there's a small amount of plastic, it's still dissolving on your utensils and in your wash and in high heat environments. So it is contributing to microplastics. That's the reason that I switched. But regardless of the reason, the thing to keep in mind with subscribes and saves is that things can just change over time, especially those longer time spans. And I just have found over the years that that is definitely a culprit of some occasional returns when I get something that's just no longer relevant to me. Second up is the ratchet straps. These were a colossal and kind of hilarious mistake for me, but the way that I made this mistake actually I think makes a lot of sense. I needed to wrap up this Christmas tree. So basically I have a Christmas tree inside this bag and I needed a way to tighten this. As you can see, there's straps here around the tree. And I told Amazon exactly what I needed to do. I told it that I had a 7.5 foot tall Christmas tree. It needs to fit inside this cabinet that's this size. And what should I do? It told me, get these. They're heavy duty. They're 20 feet long, so you're gonna be able to wrap around a few times, which given the circumference of your tree, which is 7.5 feet tall, this is the right size. 20 feet is absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at how long 20 feet is. So it's really important to use your own common sense, I guess. And in my case, I do have a tape measure. So I could have gotten out of bed, gone to the other room, measured around the Christmas tree, and I could have seen that, like, actually 5 feet is how long it is. So 6 feet or 8 feet would have been more than enough. 20 feet just leaves me a ridiculous amount of strap. Plus, these, I didn't know how complicated they were until I got them, but they're way too much for this particular job. These are designed for like wrapping things onto a truck that you're gonna be driving 70 miles an hour down the road in. You know, they're not designed for just holding something like this. So a simple clip would have made a lot more sense. So my advice with this kind of thing is use your own common sense or use a measuring tape. Try and use your own sense before you turn to AI. Maybe use AI for ideas or to double check something, but don't rely on it primarily. And the third one is basically, I would say, avoid those quick decisions and think about always looking at the customer images on a product before you go and buy it. This was another case where I was relying on Rufus a little bit too much. I just wanted to make a quick decision. I needed some pants for my baby that were neutral and that I could just put on top of any onesie to keep her warm. And I needed things that were neutral so that they would go with almost any onesie that she has. They'd just be really easy. So I just told it, hey, I want something that's like organic cotton. It nailed that. These are organic, certified, OTCO, GOTS, whatever. So it has that certification, but what I overlooked was how well they actually fit babies. And so if I had looked at the customer images, there's a good chance I may have realized these are really wide for whatever reason. That's just how they designed them. And that's probably not gonna be a good fit for most babies, including mine. So, you know, I would just say that in general, checking the customer images is a really, really good idea, no matter what product you're buying. Don't think that just because you asked Rufus, Amazon's AI assistant, that you can just reliably click on the first or second suggestion, go ahead and buy that. You really should take a few minutes, because otherwise you're gonna end up contributing waste, or you're going to have to take a trip down to the post office, which doesn't save you time. And it's, you know, not good for Amazon's business either. But anyway, so I hope that these 3 suggestions help you to reduce waste. Watch out for those subscribe and saves. Always take your own measurements and use your own common sense, and then check the customer images. If you'd like more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.